Falcons Nation? Rise up nation. It's your boy Jazzy Jeff. Real talk, no gimmicks. Bring that real Falcons talk to real Falcons fans. And your boy's finally back at you again. I wanted to say thank you to my 800 plus subscribers. That really means a lot to me. Let's go to 900. Let's go to 1,000. Let's get those live streams and let's take off. Now, back to the situation at hand. Matt Ryan recently said in an interview that this 2020 Falcons offensive unit reminds him of the 2012 season. And so I want to go back, reminisce, dive deeper in what happened to that 2012 season because we don't talk about it a lot. We usually talk about 2016, 2017, 98, and so on. But the 2012 season always seems to be forgotten. So I wanted to go back to that. But before all that, please hit that subscribe button. If you're new to my channel, welcome. You're always appreciated in Falcons Nation. Now, in that season, the Falcons were 13-3. We are offensively ranked 7th in the league, and we are defensively ranked 5th. So we are a well-balanced team. The Falcons started off that season 8 straight wins in a row. When's the last time we've done something like that? I don't know. But unfortunately, the 9th game was versus the Saints in New Orleans, and we ended up losing that game. But for this video, I don't want to waste time going to the entire every game-by-game season. So I want to talk about the playoffs in that year. The first is the divisional game versus Seattle Seahawks at home, and when we lost in the NFC Championship game to Colin Kaepernick and the San Francisco 49ers. So let's first get into the game versus Seattle. Now, you're probably wondering right off the top how we did. Now, in old typical Falcons fashion, we got up to a 20-0 lead on the Seahawks. We proceeded to blow that lead and made the game interesting all the way down to the wire at the end. That sounds just like the Falcons we did again 2016 when we lost. So let's get into it. The Falcons ended up winning 30-28, and it actually was ended by a game-winning pick by Julio Jones. So first, I wanted to show you how the game looked in the beginning and then how it turned out.
Ryan to Tony Gonzalez and a touchdown. Wouldn't say which team. Looking for Roddy White.
Everything was going great, but then it got ugly.
Throwing on first down and a wide open Golden Tate inside the 5, and he'll tiptoe fake. Wide open.
And after that, it was looking grim. Typical Falcons fashion. Below a 20-point lead and have the Seahawks roaring back. Let's get into some of the stats before we continue. Zach Miller, y'all remember him, the tight end? He went off for 8 catches, $142 and a touchdown. Golden Tate, 6 receptions, 103 yards and a touchdown. I saw poor tackling. I saw that shell cover defense, that one that we can't stand where we let teams in the game. Yeah, that continued to happen. Matt Ryan threw 2 interceptions in this game. We faced in this playoffs 2 mobile quarterbacks. Now, Russell Wilson did a number on us. He got 60 yards, and I think he also got a touchdown. I'm not sure. But the fact is that he did well, Kaepernick did well on the ground, and we escaped with the Seahawks. But Kaepernick and the Niners made us pay with their run game. So that was another ugly thing that reared its head in these playoffs and continue to haunt us, mobile quarterbacks. Now, how did Matt Ryan do? Because here are the positives. Matt Ryan versus the daunted LOV, 250 yards, 3 touchdowns, QB rating of 93, QBR of 70. Those 2 picks hurt him and let the Seahawks back in the game. Now, the good part is, how did we finish? We finished with a defensive stop by who? Julio Jones.
Now the throw to the end zone. It's intercepted by Julio Jones.
That context, that amazing game-winning play. Right before that, the Falcons were down 28-27. Matt Ryan drives the length of the field in less than a minute. Sets up a Matt Bryant field goal. Pete Carroll calls a timeout to ice Matt Bryant. Matt Bryant misses the kick. Gets a retry. Matt Bryant nails the kick, puts the pressure on the Seahawks. Now you think that we were going to squib the kick or kick it deep. We end up messing up the kick and kicking it too short and giving the Seahawks midfield position, which set up Russell Wilson for that Hail Mary. But as you see, we put Julio Jones back on defense, and he gets the pick. Now, before we move on to the Niners game, I want to give some quick observations and notes that I saw from the Seahawks game. Fun fact, Marcus Trufant was actually guarding Roddy White a couple times in this game. That is the brother of Desmond Trufant. It was cool to see how the Falcons would stretch the field with Julio Jones, and then underneath was Roddy White eating up the middle of the field, and then they used Tony Gonzalez a lot on out routes. These are things that we can probably use with Hayden Hurst, and Calvin Ridley obviously is now acting as the Z, which is Roddy White's position, which is now Calvin's position. And I think with the addition of Todd Gurley, it's really going to make defenses have to cover every part of the field. And in this game, Matt Ryan showed that he spread the ball around just like he did in 2016. All three Falcons receivers had 5+ catches. Tony, Julio, and Roddy. So, and in the first touchdown, Matt Ryan threw to a guy that I don't even remember him being on the team. He was some random guy. So I love that, and I loved how Matt Ryan carried that over into 2016 and beyond, and that's a good thing. The bad things were the defense. When we get up on big leads, that shell coverage, poor tackling, it seems like we don't want to do it. The run defense, and struggling with mobile quarterbacks. Those are things we definitely need to touch up on before we get better. Now, moving into this horrible loss we had in the NFC Championship game, a game that we should have won.
Again, Ryan's got a man, and a touchdown! Ryan, the little pump fake, Jones! Touchdown!
Now, this game was different than the Seahawks game, but there were still some negative similarities that I saw from the previous game. In the Seahawks game, we were up 20-0, blew the lead. In this game, we were up 17-0, blew the lead. The difference is Julio Jones just went off in this game. He went nuclear. He went 11 catches, 182, 2 touchdowns. Roddy White, 7 receptions, 100 yards. Now, Tony Gonzalez wasn't much of a factor because he got hurt in the previous game, so he was kind of limping around, and he didn't do much. I'm not even sure if he played the whole game. But the Niners gashed us on the ground. That was the difference. In the last game, yeah, Russell Wilson got his yards, but Marshawn Lynch was contained. In this game, Frank Gore, 21 carries, 90 yards, 2 touchdowns. Colin Kaepernick, 1 rushing touchdown. He didn't throw the ball a lot, but he ball control, first downs, moved the chain. That's how they beat us. And the run game was non-existent. Michael Turner, Jacquizz Rodgers, and Jason Snelling combined for a total together of 72 yards between 3 people. That is fucking pathetic. That just sets up the defense to tee off of Matt Ryan because they know there's no run game. There's nothing to respect. So the play action does not work. This caused Matt Ryan to throw a pick, and he lost a fumble. This game really pissed me off because the Niners went up to play Joe Flacco, and they barely won that game. Joe Flacco won on a fluke pass to, Jacoby Jones, and the lights went off, and fluky shit happened. We should have been in that game, and we could have easily beat Joe Flacco. So to lose to this game was heartbreaking and unacceptable to me. And what makes me mad is that we didn't learn our lesson because in 2016, versus the Patriots, as you all know, big lead, blew the lead, in crushed times, we can't stop the run. And we can't run ourselves. And then we stop putting up points. We go up big, they come back, and then all of a sudden we become anemic on offense. And so this is what I'm saying when Matt Ryan says, it reminds him of 2012. Okay, but what parts of 2012? Because there's a lot of good parts and there's a lot of bad parts I don't want to see ever again. The shell defense got to go. Blowing leads got to go. No defense in crucial times got to go. Not protecting Matt Ryan in the fourth quarter got to go. If we keep the good parts, spreading the football around, protecting Matt Ryan, running the football, scoring points big, but maintaining a lead. That is the key to success. And hopefully with these new weapons, Hayden Hurst, Todd Gurley, I don't care about the offense. I'm always, positive about the offense. I have no problem with the offense. It's can that defense hold the lead once we get it? Can Dante Fowler and Marlon Davidson and all the other boys pin their ears back and prevent teams from getting back in the game? I understand that it's Matt Ryan's role to keep scoring points, but if we're up 27 points, there's no excuse for us to lose that game. The defense needs to stop somebody, and we need to run the fucking football. So that's all I got for today. I hope you guys enjoyed the journey going back to 2012 and experiencing the roller coaster ups and downs, because, you know, that's what being a Falcons fan is all about. Anyways, glad you enjoyed my video. This is Jazzy Jeff, real talk, no gimmicks. And keep a lookout for other videos coming up. I'm going to be around. So please hit that subscribe button, comment, like, share. And as always, Falcons Nation, we rise up.